The challenge with this is that researchers estimate, academic researchers estimate, that 15% of Twitter's user base are bots. Now, most of us are interacting with these things every day, and we have no idea. You just see that it's a photo of an African American in Kansas, and you don't know that that's a bot from Russia. And if the researchers can figure this out, well, if the researchers can figure this out, but Twitter can't, why can't Twitter do this? Because their stock price is dependent on telling Wall Street we've got this many users. Now, they've made some work recently that's worth celebrating, but they don't want to admit this from the very beginning because it starts to basically eat into their engagement numbers. And so if we need this to be an honest, if this is about the public square, the integrity of the public square, the idea is to clearly label, just like Blade Runner, right? You don't want human impersonation where you think you're talking to a human being, but it's actually a robot. I mean, he could be a robot. You need to be able to actually clearly label that, he's a robot, if he is one.
And there's really three pieces of legislation. The bot bill in California is transparency and democracy, so you can tell that this message was sent to you by a bot based in Russia or whatever. That should be required everywhere. Number two, the Markey bill is actually about research.
Whose job is it to verify that there are humans on the platform and that the robots are correctly labeled? Because in the past, it's the company's job. In the past, the companies have said, hey,
Facebook,
we're just
Twitter,
a platform.
Whoever's coining. That's right. Nope, that's baloney. No, we will not accept that. And the law is written so that they are held responsible for identifying that. The Markey bill is a research bill. Hey, we're conducting the biggest social experiment in real time on our kids and on ourselves when it comes to cell phone addiction and behavior, and there's no research. So that's just a basic research bill that should have been done years ago, but it needs to be done. The third major piece of legislation we have is a bill that would regulate the Internet of Things. Talking Barbie, your toaster that takes your data, Alexa, Google Home, all these devices in your home, in your kitchen that are sucking up your data. That should be made so that the public has the ability to decide what data they give up and to have control and express consent over how they give up that data. Those are the beginning of a thoughtful, common sense regulation of this area. Look, the tech companies provide great benefits to society when used appropriately and wisely. But there are real downsides, and everybody in your audience knows that because they're addicted to their phones and concerned about some of the fallout. So what we're calling for is a more balanced approach, and there is a role for common sense legislation and regulation when it comes to the broader tech industry.
Tristan, as somebody who used to work at Google, somebody who's a Silicon Valley insider, why are you taking this position now?
I actually genuinely view this as an existential threat. That's a long explanation why, but I've been raising these issues at Google since 2013 when I made a presentation about basically how we as Google have a moral responsibility in shaping what 1 billion people's attention, where it goes, right? And when you shape people's attention, you're shaping their thoughts, and thoughts precede action. So you're really shaping society, you're shaping culture, you're shaping whether people have the relationships they would have intended to have, whether they sleep or not. You're shaping elections. There's an entire set of consequences when you shape people's attention through design. And I was calling attention to the fact that we have these cognitive biases and the technology is often exploiting how our minds work. And so we have to get ahead of this because we've seen that the incentives of tech companies, which are to maximize attention, are not the same as what we need in our public square of democracy. In fact, they're fundamentally misaligned. And we have to get very serious that advertising is misaligned with democracy when it comes to technology platforms.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.